Yeah.
Now I'm going to talk about Patrick Kavanagh's life and his early life in the farm near Inniskeen in County Monaghan, which is about 5 miles from Carrickmacross. I saw the farmhouse in which he was born, which is a fairly substantial looking house, a 2-storey slated house, and the soil in that area wouldn't be great, but I think they had close to 50 to 70 acres of mixed land, and they would have had cattle and some vegetables, because a lot of farmers grew vegetables. And also in Inniskeen now there's a museum to his life, which is open, and there's also a statue to him in Inniskeen. Now in Inniskeen, Patrick Kavanagh wrote a novel called Tarry Flynn, which in some ways describes his life on the farm and with his couple of sisters that he had and the friends he knew and his mother. His father had died when he was young, so he ran the farm, and his mother was a great influence on his life. The book Tarry Flynn gives a great insight into his reactions and his life on that farm. It more or less embellishes from where the poem was started to his life on the farm. It had its ups and downs and its humorous situations, etc. And really it's a marvellous book with a lot of humour in it and a lot of truth, because a lot of small farms throughout Ireland would not be unlike Patrick Kavanagh's farm in Inniskeen. Now, in other parts of the country, in North County Meath for example, the land would be much similar. For example, near Oldcastle in County Meath, it's similar. There's a lot of stone walls similar to what one sees in Connemara. And Connemara attracts a lot of visitors because of its uniqueness and lakes and various other lovely scenery that's to be had in Connemara. But funny enough, so I have great sympathy for small farmers in stony areas and rocky areas where they had to do a lot of hard manual work when there was not much mechanical. It was all done by hand and pick and shovel. So there was hard grinding work on farms, and Patrick Kavanagh in his book The Tarry Flynn gives a great example of that. I recommend anyone that wants to get an insight into what life was like in farms in Patrick Kavanagh's area. It would be similar in a lot of homes throughout the country.